Right guys, hello. Okay, so this is what we are making in this mini tutorial. Okay, it's a load of rectangles. Some of them look more like rectangles than others, and we're doing some stuff inside the rectangles. Okay, this is all we're doing. Yeah. Right. Okay. So let's go. File, New, and I'm going to stretch that. Come on. Okay, we're going to start by having some rectangles. Yeah, one, Command C. Wait, let me turn on my keycaster. Okay. Now you can see my mouse clicks and my keyboard presses. Command C, Command V. Wait, I've got anything selected. C, V, 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 V. Okay, and now we can just space them. Wait, not like that. Command Z to undo. Select down here. I want about 6 of them. There we go. Okay, fine. Now let's give them all a different color. I'll try and do this nice and quickly. Any color is fine. We're going to change the colors a little bit later anyway, so it doesn't really matter. There's some really nice colors here in Inkscape. And if you hover over them, you can see the hexadecimal value. Yeah, and if you go on to study ICT or computer science in Key Stage 4, then these hexadecimal values will become more significant. Right, okay, so we've got 6 of them. They're not equally spaced, okay, so let's fix that. I want them equally spaced. So I'm going to select 3 of them. Yeah, so up here, drag and select. Just those 3, okay? This button here, align and distribute. Let's align them, to the page. This should be on the page. Let's align them, there we go, to the left of the page. I can bring them all in together. Let's align these to the right of the page. Okay, so now the right side is the same. Yes, these are all aligned vertically, but they're not aligned horizontally. So select them again, and I want to distribute, and I want to use this middle distribution point here, the second one in. Now this one's a bit high. I'm going to move that down. I'm going to fix it in a minute. I'm going to select them. That's only selected the 2 of them. I didn't quite fully select all of it, so I need to do that again. There we go. And I can distribute, and that has moved ever so slightly. Now, I want to be sure that these are in a line. They look like they're in the right line, but let's just double check. So I'm going to align these, but this time I'm going to align them along the top. And then I can bring them down together. And these are definitely not aligned on the bottom. Wait, excuse me. So I can do that. Where have they gone? Should be that one, yes? There we go. Then I can move those up. Okay, so they are aligned, and they are aligned. Now let me just do this again. Align them on the left, align them on the right, align them, distribute them in the middle, and here, distribute that in the middle. Okay, good. Now these, we can put in the center. And then the whole thing, we can just move. Actually, the whole thing now, we can... Command Z is very, very useful here. That's fine. Right. Okay, so what's next? Next, we want to do some funky stuff inside them. So I'm going to right click, fill and stroke. And this is something that we need to get comfortable with because it's not very easy. Fill and stroke. So this is filled orange. We can see that. We can see that it's clearly filled orange. I can change it. I've got a color wheel here. If you don't see this color wheel, just drop it down, collapse it. We can see the color wheel here. Yeah? We've got H, S, L, and A. Now these are important and we need to understand these. H stands for the hue, S stands for the saturation, L stands for the lightness, and A stands for the alpha. And alpha just means it's transparent. If I drop this all the way down, the colour is transparent. We can see through the colour. In essence, it's white. If we have that up here, it's not transparent. We can't see through it, so we can see the colour. L stands for lightness. It doesn't matter what we have for the hue, saturation, and the alpha. But if the lightness is down here, if it's dark, you can't see anything in a dark room. Yeah? So if you see that it's black and everything else is like this, and you think, why isn't it blue? Why isn't it purple? Yeah, why can't I see through it? Then it's because your lightness, it's because you're trying to look at it in a black room. So we need to make it lighter. And when we do that, then we can start to play about with the other settings and we can start to see some colours. Let's have this up there. Okay, so that's our fill. Now we can fill as a solid fill, which is what this is. This is a solid fill. We can have a gradient fill as well. Yeah. When it goes from colour A down to colour B. And if we want to change colour A, we can click on it and we can change it. Yeah? And if we want to change colour B, we can click on it and we can change it. Now you see here, this kind of checked background, that means that it's going transparent. And we can see that it's going transparent here because it's white. And that's confirmed when we look down at our alpha channel. We can see up here, the alpha channel is at 100%, and here our alpha channel is at 0%. So if we want this to go from red to blue, then we need to change our alpha channel. There we go. Yeah. It's just about playing about with this, and that's what we're doing in this bit. That's quite nice. I quite like that. If we don't just want two colours, if we want a third colour, we can have a plus. We can even have 4 colours. And we can change these. We can go from red to green. From green, we can go to orange. And from orange, we can go to purple, to this kind of pink. Okay, nice. Yeah. Let me save this. Where's my folder? Documents, Inkscape. I'll call this lesson 3. Right, okay, next one. Now, with this one, I want to play about not with the fill, but with the stroke. And the stroke is the kind of border. We can see this has a black border around it. If I want to change that, I can, but whatever colour I'm selecting, it's not changing. Now, why is that? I need to look down here, and it's because I'm working in a dark room. I'm working in a room which is black. Yeah? Remember, if the lightness is here, it's like you're in a room with the lights off. You can't see anything. So I need to change that up, bring my saturation up as well, and then I can change it and it becomes a nice green. Let me have it a darker green. There we go. If I wanted the stroke to be a bit thicker, I'm going to work in pixels, I recommend you do. Then we can make this thicker. There we go. a bit thicker. If I want to change the color, which I do, there we go. Yeah? So far, so good. Right, so we've done 2. Now with this next one, we're going to come back over here. I want to round these corners. So I'm selecting on our rectangle tool. And we have a square point here, and we have a square point here, and we have a circular point here. We actually have 2 circular points, yeah, if you zoom in enough. And what we can do with one of those circular points, oi, hello, we can curve our rectangle. Yeah. We can either have it as a complete square, yeah, like a true square, or this one comes down, and then this one, we can round our edges. Yeah, I'm going to change that to pixels, just makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so with this one, let's just try to round some of the edges. And you can go from a square to a circle. Yeah. Something. There we go, that's quite nice. Right, up here, fill and stroke. And now up here, I want to do something a little bit different. I want to have another rectangle, and I want a rectangle in a rectangle. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to select both of them. I want to align it because I want this. Let me make this, stop that. Let me make this so that it's not in the center, so it's easier to see. Okay, so we've got a rectangle in a rectangle, but now I want this rectangle in the center of this bigger one. So I've put a rectangle in here, it's not in the center. I've selected both of them, and then I'm going to align and distribute. And here, relative to the biggest object, I want to center it vertically, and then I want to center it horizontally. And now that is in the center. And there's one more thing I want to do. Is it the intersection? No, it's not. Path difference. No. Path union. No, it's not union, definitely not union. I want to get rid of that middle square. Oh, I've not got anything selected. Path exclusion, there we go. Yeah, so there you go, path exclusion. Yeah, so one more time. You select both of them, and then path exclusion, and it gives you a hollow center. Yeah. And now with this one, we can, wait, excuse me. That's fine. Okay, 2 left. What did my original one look like? Yes, okay. Okay, so let's fill this one. Fill and shade. And this one, we've got these different types of fill. We can fill, that's a solid fill. That's a gradient fill that we've used up here. This is our radial gradient. So from the inside out. Yeah. Let me just change that. Let me change the alpha so that it's easier to see. Now those are 2 colors, which is not particularly the same colors. There we go. Yeah. So it radiates from the inside out. Let me make those colors a little bit more different. This one. It's not very strong, so let me play about here a little bit. Alpha is up, lightness. This colour. Okay. It's not very beautiful. There we go, that's okay. Yeah. So that's our radiant fill. And there's one more, it's called a mesh fill, a mesh gradient. Yeah? Where it just kind of goes from corner to corner. And one more thing we can do, we can change the blur. Yeah? Something like that. Again, guys, doesn't have to be exact, doesn't have to be precise. We're just playing about with rectangles, with alignment and distribute, and we are using our fill and our stroke. Doesn't have to be like this. Doesn't have to look the same. Doesn't have to have the same colours. All we're doing is we're playing about with our align and distribute tool, and we are filling and stroking some rectangles. When you've done that, you can save. You can save again. You can save it as PDF. Save that. Okay, whatever. Okay. Close that. I've just saved it. Save it again. Oi, whatever. Save. Okay, replace. This one, I don't want to save. And then documents, Inkscape. Lesson 3, that's what I've just made. This can go into my portfolio. Lesson 3, PDF. Down there, and there we go. Yeah, that's my front cover, that's my griffin, and these are my rectangles. Yeah, very good. Okay, try that, and best of luck.